Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes made the bombshell announcement confirming what President Trump has been now saying for weeks, that in fact surveillance was collected on members of his team, including himself. Joining us now with reaction from Circa News is Sara Carter. With all the breaking news tonight, Sara, this would have been my lead on any other night. This is what you have been telling this audience for over 2 weeks straight now, and corroborates and confirms everything you and John Solomon reported. I want your full reaction and anything you want to add to this.
Well, I think it is hugely significant. My reaction to this is, look, these sources approached Chairman Nunes. They had information, classified information, that revealed what we had been reporting all along. And obviously, that's information that I, as a reporter, can't accept or take from sources. We have been told this. That's why we were out here telling the audience every day for the last 2 weeks. This goes far beyond what the scope of what everybody is reporting out there. One of the things, unmasking of the names, going beyond Russia. So what Chairman Nunes was able to show was that it wasn't just about Russia. They were getting transcripts with unmasked names of people within the Trump team that were not about Russia at all. So we need to ask two questions, very important questions, Sean. Who were on those logs that viewed these reports, and who approved it? Those are the two most important questions.
I say it a little differently, maybe to be a little more incendiary, because that's my nature. Who knew what when, and what did they know, and when did they know it? These questions now must be answered. This is so unprecedented. You talk about unmasked. Those names are that revelation in the course of regular surveillance is supposed to be as regular order. It is supposed to be hidden. And then it delves into Executive Order 12333. Why did Obama change it to allow 16 other agencies to have access to it? Was that designed to purposefully leak this information? There are so many unanswered questions. Where do you think this goes? That's my most important question.
Okay, I think this goes the next step. We need to know what, to some extent, what were the other documents that were viewed by the personnel inside the intelligence community? And remember, Sean, this is a very narrow scope of people that can approve the unmasking of names, and that needs to be revealed as well. And I think Chairman Nunes is onto something here. I know we're onto something here. This is something that we're looking into. We've been investigating diligently, and hopefully we can break it on your show.
You'll be on the program tomorrow. He said he was bothered by one other thing. Now we have James Clapper, Admiral Rogers, and James Comey saying no votes were influenced at all. So this whole Russian narrative by a biased media has been wrong for all of these months. This is deep and profound and very problematic. We have 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think this goes far beyond what the American people actually realize. This is about right to privacy. This goes far beyond the scope of the FISA, and this wasn't what the government said it was intended for, and it's very, very dangerous. It's dangerous to the Republic. It's dangerous to us as private citizens, and I think this investigation is going to continue, and I actually believe someone's going to pay the price for this.
I believe somebody could be very high-ranking within the intelligence community, and it may go to Obama administration's officials. Am I onto something in your opinion based on what you know now, yes or no?
Yes.
Wow. We'll have you back tomorrow night. Chairman Nunes tomorrow night when we come back. Agencies involved, there may be something hand-delivered and not sent over electronic device. Sir, I appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us. Like kindergarten?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Sean, here's what I would tell you. You want to get to the answer on this question? Subpoena a couple of people, including the former president of the United States. You want to find out what he knew and when he knew it? Ask him. Yeah. Especially if this was not anything outside the scope of legitimacy. So if this was, quote, illegal surveillance, but they unmasked this information, which is not... I'd ask the president directly.
The bottom line is they were surveilling the president. And Sara, you believe it was before the election, and now we're getting it confirmed by James Rosen after the election. You also said it had happened after the election, but we're getting more specifics. Now, there should be ways to determine who had access to what this intelligence was. The fact that Devin Nunes says it was widely disseminated before 12333 was amended, that tells me that maybe that in and of itself was wrong. Or it
There
had to
is.
be the highest level of our intelligence agencies that had it, because nobody else would otherwise therefore have access, right, Sarah?
That's absolutely correct. And remember, every time you go into a Schiff, every time you go into these secured, compartmentalized facilities to view this information, you have to swipe in. You have to swipe in. You have to sign a log. It doesn't matter if you're the guy, an analyst working on a case, or if you're John Brennan, the former director of the CIA. You have to swipe in. So there are logs out there, Sean, and there is evidence out there. Some of that's classified, but they're able to get a hold of it. If Chairman Nunes can get a hold of that information, he can start finding out who did it.
All right, let's
President
talk
Trump
about
can
what
get-
Nunes
President
should do.
Trump can get
Real
that
quick,
information.
Jay, because I'm running out of time. All right, what should Nunes be doing, and what should the Attorney General perhaps be doing here?
Well, I think the Attorney General needs to impanel a grand jury. That's the first thing that needs to happen, and start this investigation, because as Sarah said, it's correct. You can find out who did this. So that's number one. Number two, for the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, he needs to get the background data, because what he saw in those reports shocked him, obviously, not just because it named President Trump potentially and his associates, but also the nature of the dissemination itself. And that dissemination, that unmasking, can well be a crime. So they need to get the background data. And Sean, the President Trump, can get this information. He's got the highest security clearance. He's the president of the United States.